So that's going to conclude this video for my how-to competition makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I make up words for shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just like keep blending until it looks good.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
What's up, guys? So it is April 22nd. It is the morning of the Salt City Showdown, and I am going to take you through my competition makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist. This is just what I do. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos in the past, like forever. I'm a makeup addict. I have so much makeup, a lot of unopened makeup. I just love makeup. Like I love, love, love. Fortunately, I don't really put makeup on, but like maybe once a week, and I totally enjoy it. And I usually do get compliments on the look and everything, so I feel pretty confident in my makeup skills. It's obviously not gonna be any sort of like professional method, but this is something that like anybody can do. And basically you have to, like the brushes and stuff, there's no specific one brush that you have to use for everything. Basically find what works with your hand, practice, 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 figure it out yourself. I've done plenty of makeup practice. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I do from start to finish. So first off, I always have a headband to kind of put my hair back, because you wanna make sure that you take your makeup all the way up here, because you don't want like a white line right here, especially being that we're going so much darker with competition stage. Usually you're gonna be doing it in a hotel. You have to find one, the right lighting, two, the right area where you can fit all your stuff, and that's kind of the hardest part. Thankfully, this bathroom has legit lighting. So these beams here are perfect for makeup lighting. It's basically like what you would use for a makeup counter. There's not a whole lot of space here. I like everything kind of, like if this was closed off here, this would be perfect. But this is the best I could do, so I just like to lay everything out so I can easily find it. Okay, so first thing I always do is, obviously the night before, I'll scrub and exfoliate my face really well. And about 30 minutes ago, I made sure and like wiped my face really clean with this makeup remover on your eyes, everywhere. You just want it like a smooth, clean surface to start with. And you'll want to let that dry a little bit. We are going to start off with a primer. You always want to prime. I'm going to use the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. You can apply this with your hand. I usually, on a daily basis, I apply it with my hand. So I've actually never applied this one with my hand, but we'll go ahead and do it. So you're just gonna apply this everywhere. And this is just gonna make sure that your makeup stays on. Sorry, my voice is going. So next is the foundation, basically. So we're gonna go down and dirty with the good stuff. This is the MAC Pro Longwear in NW45. There's an NW45 and an NC45, I believe, and the difference is in your skin tone. They told me to go with the NW because it was like I think like a pinker tone or something. I don't know. This is my favorite foundation brush. This is what I like to use. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something different. So what I'm gonna start with, because I want to, first of all, if you have breakouts, everyone can do this in completely different orders. I'm going to put a little concealer. I use this Neutrogena Skin Clearing Concealer, and that's why I do it before, because I want it to actually like work on clearing my skin. So I've got a few breakouts here, and I'm gonna cover up, and we'll maybe even cover them up some more later. But beforehand, I do this just to help clear them up. You know, we're gonna be applying makeup. I'm just gonna blend it in. Just pat it in. And this will all be blended out later, so it's not a big deal. Next, we are going to use a concealer to brighten the face. So I'm gonna put this on before my foundation in the T-zone area, I guess, like underneath your eye, forehead, down here. You can do it in like a triangular shape. And I'm gonna use a concealer brush. This is the Nars Creme Brulee Soft Matte. This has like a really matte finish, which is what I like for the stage, and it's like pretty good color. This is really, really light, but I really like the, I don't like looking super dark on stage. I hate that look. So this is actually the same color that I use on a personal basis, like on a daily basis, but I am much darker than most people, so. I just kind of want to brighten everything up. And this actually really goes a long way, but today's an exception to the rule. So obviously it doesn't look perfect. What we're going to do now is grab a beauty blender. You can use any kind. I got this on sale like at the grocery store, and it's like Revlon, and you're just gonna blend it in. And the reason that I'm doing this first, a lot of people will do it after they put on foundation, is because I'm not that experienced at getting, obviously, getting this on. So, I like to put it on first because I can always go back and cover it up if it was like too much, you know. Once you have your dark on, if you go and apply light, then that might be a little bit difficult. So, we're gonna go this way. This is the way I prefer to do it. Now, this is really, really light. What I intend to do is once I use this, I'm actually gonna use my regular daily powder that's my natural skin tone to kind of go over it so it's not so white. You'll see. Shake this guy up. And this is my favorite foundation brush. This is a Sigma Flat Kabuki F80. I use this for everything. Like, I love using this for foundations. This is the scary part. You're basically going to apply it to all the areas outside of these white spots, but like blend it in, if that makes sense. And start with a little bit and work your way in. Like, you don't want a lot of this stuff. You see how we can like kind of shape the white part a little more? And this might be a little too bright for y'all's flavor. Like, some people don't like that, but on stage, I like to look bright. And now I'm kind of brown. So you might want to have two brushes. Like, I like to use this one for the small spots that I can't quite get. And again, this goes like a long way. Like, I kind of keep forgetting that. Like, I'm barely even squeezing anything on here. You see that? And that's like still like a lot. Like, I need to find a spot to put this in. All right. So you see how kind of like this lighting is, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get more blended in. But this is the beginning. These are the first steps. Next, I'm gonna grab my actual color here. This is my natural color, daily powder that I like to use. And this is something that I totally created on my own. Like, it's only because I like using this really light contouring effect that I do this. Because that way it's not like dramatically white, you know what I mean? Using my natural color to kind of blend it in helps that. It's like an in-between color. There we go, see? Now I just look like, hi, I'm brighter. And we're still gonna do some more blending, so. Now, keep in mind, you never wanna match your skin to your actual, like, you wanna be 1 or 2 shades, well, probably like 2 shades lighter than your actual tan. In my case, probably a lot lighter. My tan's way too dark. So that is the base of the face, okay? So next up, I want to go ahead and seal all that in. I'm gonna do that with this 2-step thing. This is what I use on a daily basis, matte poreless powder. It's for normal to oily skin, and basically I'm just putting it in these areas where I know I get oily. Thankfully the weather here is really great and I shouldn't have to deal with that, but just in case. Now I'm going to use a setting spray, and I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime finishing powder, and it's just a clear powder. Absolutely love this stuff. And it's just, you just kind of powder it on, get it all over the place, and it just helps set everything and keep everything in place and lasting longer. I need like a fluffier brush for this one, but I don't have one, so. Use a fluffy light brush. This stuff is really good, but like really, really messy. Like if you're wearing black or something. So I like to do my face first, obviously, and then my eyes. Totally up to you, however you feel most comfortable doing it. I might even brighten my eyes a little more here. Next up, we're going to do a little contour, and I'm just gonna use this MAC Omega bronzer or MAC, Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer, and it's just what I use on a daily. It's just a regular bronzer. I don't know if it's gonna be dark enough actually, but we'll see. And I like to use this wispy brush just to get a nice little line right there. Just like so. Oh yeah, that's good. This one's good because you can build on it. See? And then we're also going to take it around so we match up. It's really light. And you can bring your contour out even more if you want that cheekbone effect. Like, can you see? Can you see? And I might even go up and touch this up later on. But then we're gonna do a blush, and I like to use this blush brush. It's just from Sephora, I believe. My favorite blush color is the Nars in Outlaw. It's just like the perfect touch of kind of red, and then when I mix it with the bronzer, it just kind of, it's not too much. I don't like that. And I just do it on the outside here. I don't like to bring it in too much because then it makes your face rounder, and I don't like that look. So I'm just kind of blend it in. Kind of have to figure out what you like for your face, which is why I like doing my own makeup. I'm not a blush girl, not at all. There we go. That was easy, right? I know. My face is basically done. Like, yeah. You know. All right, next step is gonna be eyes, and this is probably the challenge for most people. You always, and I don't know why people don't use this, use an eye primer. I'm gonna use the MAC Prep and Prime. I've been using this for a while. I really like it. It lasts forever. Totally worth the investment. And just put it all over your eyelid. Make sure it's like lotion. Make sure it's all smoothed out. And then I will start with my eyebrows, kind of to let like that primer sit. And everyone's gonna do eyebrows different. I need to get my eyebrows dermabladed. I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna use the NYX Tame and Frame. Just like, it's like plaster, it's like clay. And you gotta be careful with this stuff, it's like intense. And you want like dark eyebrows for the stage, okay? Like, trust me, they disappear on stage. This is what I use to shape them and to make them darker. I have really little eyebrows. I also like to create a nice arch. Check out that arch. Yes. Not done yet, but okay. So that kind of like makes them really harsh looking. Like, so anal about eyebrows. So then I will take the Anastasia just brow palette. This is the dark brown because I never want to go with black. Dark brown. And this, just kind of you brush it through, and it helps soften them up a little bit. Oh my god. Like, legit, I better win a trophy because I've never made my eyebrows this on point. They look amazing. I hope you guys think they do. Don't mock me. All you professional makeup artists out there. Alright. This tail's a little bit longer, but the struggle is real when you don't have one and you actually have to create it. Next up, we're going to start with the shadow. I already know what combination I'm doing. I've practiced it a million times. I could do it like with the back of my hand. I know exactly which brush I use for everything. So you're going to have to practice that on your own. I am going to use, you can tell I've used this a lot because it's like super dirty. It's okay, we're okay. So this Smashbox eyeshadow trio in Screenshot. These are actually really cheap, and like the pigment is really, really good. So I'm gonna use all three of these because they kind of go together, and when you're blending eyes, that's kind of what these are intended for. Now you can mix it up, but if you just want to go with the basics and you don't know what to do, this is where you want to start. So start with a clean brush, always, because you never know what you had on there before. I like to start with the lightest color there, and I just kind of use it as like a base to just kind of prime everything. So I apply it all the way around. Guys, my camera overheated, so it like totally shut down. Alright you guys, so I'm continuing on this video because my camera overheated last time. Not sure where I left off, I kind of forget. But this is what I'm using for my eyes. It's the Smashbox Photo Op Eyeshadow Trio in Screenshot. Alright, and then I'm going to start with this other color here, which is, I guess, Nectar. I think is what it's called. Nectar. And I take kind of like a thicker brush there. So this is going to be kind of like my transition shade, I guess. And we're just going to put that on the, we're going to start on the outer corner. Oh my god, you guys can't even see me. So we start on the outer corner here. And just work it through the whole way. This is going to be like the base color. We're going to do a lot of blending later on too, but I don't know how this is going to work. I can't get it to where you guys can see me while I'm putting it on. Try this way. I gotta get really close to the mirror, so I don't know how these makeup YouTubers do it. And then I just kind of blend it in a little bit with that same fluffy brush that I used earlier. Alright. Literally, this is like a really like 3-step process, kind of. It's so easy. So then I'm going to take this darker color here, which I guess is called Roast. I'm going to take like a little sharper brush. Make sure you don't have too much on there. And I'm going to do it on just the outer corners right now, and then work it into the crease slowly, okay? And they're gonna be really rough lines at first, which is fine. Depending on how dark and stuff you want it, that's kind of how much you're gonna wanna put in, but I'm actually gonna put black on top of this too. So this is gonna be like another transition shade. So we're actually gonna put like quite a bit of this guy in here. It is a stage, so we wanna make it like super extra, you know what I'm saying? And I like to draw out my eye makeup out to the sides to kind of like widen and make my eyes bigger, because I kind of have small eyes. You know, this just takes a lot of practice, and then we're gonna do a lot of blending too, so it looks a little weird right now. So next I'm going to take my black shade, which is this, I think it's like Makeup Forever. Yeah, Makeup Forever, and like, I can't even see the color, but it's like the blackest black, matte black that I could find. I've been using this one for years. It's like super black, it's like chalk, okay? And I'll use that same tip there. And this is just gonna be in the corners, not as much. You don't want to spread this one out as much. Sometimes having really long eyelashes makes it really hard to like apply stuff. So I like to do it, put it on, blend it a bit, and then I actually like a darker, like rougher look, if you know what I'm saying. So then I just keep going over it with black. So you can never have too much black, especially on stage. Like how's that looking? That's okay, right? I'm gonna pause the video for a second. Alright, so I'm not a makeup artist. I'm kind of showing you my step process. Basically, I know my brushes and I know the kind of brush stroke I need to use with them, and I just keep kind of blending it until it looks good. So this is kind of where we're at right now, and now I'm going to apply my like secret weapon, I guess you could say, and that's this Starlooks Creme Eyeshadow. And I'm going to apply it to my hand, and then I've got this little, it's a bit of a rougher eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to work that into this area, the middle, to where I'm going to highlight this whole thing. So Ashton's texting me, he's at his brunch that I set up for him. A little surprise thing while I'm gone. So he's eating brunch, and then he's got a little massage appointment. I was like, what'd you get for food? Tell me all about it. If you guys decide to use this cream eyeshadow, practice, 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 because once it goes on, there's no going back. You kind of have to learn how to work with it. And sometimes you mess up. We all do. It's okay. So that's where we're at right now. Now we're gonna do some more blending and kind of put it all together. I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. Just play with it, blend it. Like, I'm not a pro. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go. Alright, so I've basically blended it all out to where I like it. I kind of created a little more dramatic effect than last show, just because That's kind of what I thought I should go with after I saw my stage pictures. Then I'm gonna line my upper lids with this Kat Von D tattoo liner. I talk about this all the time. This is what I use on the daily and on the show day. And then this Marc Jacobs, it's like a fine tip liner for the bottom of my eyes. And yeah, I'll show you the look in just a second. I'm a cat eye kind of girl. It just makes my eyes look so much bigger. I hate it when people round out my eyeliner and eye makeup. That's why I don't like people to do my eyes, because they don't understand. If you round them out, they're gonna look smaller. I just line the inside of my rim, because you don't want to end up with that goth, sweaty, rock star look. Which is why I like this fine tip, because it's perfectly lined for the inside. I think this eye is a little bit darker maybe, I don't know. All right, so if you were to use eyelashes, I have eyelash extensions, so I'm not gonna add eyelashes, but if you were, usually I would line my eyes, then put the eyelashes on, and then line on top of that, just to make it all even. If you don't line your eyes first, then you might get like a little weird like crease or crevice in the middle eye or whatever. And now I'm just going to brush my lashes, because I have eyelash extensions, and straighten them all out. And what I'll do, I never really put mascara on my lashes. I'm gonna put mascara on the bottom lashes, and then I'm gonna just dab like the mascara brush on the very tops of this, just to make sure they're all in place. That's all I'm gonna do, but I don't really like putting mascara on my extensions, so. My go-to mascara has always been the Benefit They're Real. It's like the best. Boom, that's it, we're done. What do you think? That looks great. I think it looks fantastic. I think I saved myself 200 bucks. This show and last show, so. Tell me what you guys think. Comment below, questions, comments. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I did do my own makeup for my show, and I think it looks pretty bomb. What do you think? So that's gonna conclude this video for my how-to competition makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I make up words for shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just like keep blending until it looks good, right? Lastly, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm gonna do my lips, but I'm not gonna do that till later because I still have to eat and stuff. So I'm just gonna glossify them. That's it, nothing special, nothing crazy. I don't like bright red lips, bright pink lips. Just a little pinky naturalishness. And yeah, we're good to go. Thanks for watching. Make sure and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Those lashes though, check that out. Oh my god, right? Hey.